playing this year.
Good evening and welcome to another game in the TIGERTANKS Secondary Schools Football League. It's the Championship Division. Presentation Chaguanas, they're up against Kouva East. I'm going to play together with me, Mr. Kadir Mohammed. Kadir, good evening. Interesting clash up next.
Yes, good afternoon, Gordon Pierre. Good afternoon, viewers. And this one, it's going to be an interesting game. Chaguanas versus Kouva East. Played at Kouva East.
Well, the two teams there just going through their pleasantries, sharing the customary bounce handshake as they get ready. Chaguanas, presentation Chaguanas, they are in red. And they're going up against Couva East, who are in green and black. Well, the presentation team, we have Dylan Balkaran. He'll be sporting number 1 jersey, number 2 team jersey, Kanye Hamilton, number 4 jersey, that's Usok Bacchus, number 18 jersey, Ty Mitchell, number 10, Avanish Sanula, 8, Michael Taylor, number 12, Lilam Omar, number 17, Ransom Sewa, number 7, Brian Chambula, number 21, Josiah Asak, number 19, Tariq Phillip. That's the starting lineup for the presentation Chaguanas team. A bit of a tongue twister there, and Kadir will have a Kouva East team.
So the Kouva East team is as follows: number 9, Josiah Paris; number 12, David Jonko; number 7, Kareem Alexander; number 5, Jewel Ale Ojo; number 1, Abdul Sahid; number 11, Luke Nobi; number 14, Jaheem Singh; number 10, Matthias Baizul; number 19, Peter McEachran; number 4, Ethan Posad; and rounding out the starting 11 is Zachary Watson wearing number 15.
Well, yes, it's going to be an interesting game in more ways than one. Some bit of tongue twisters here on both sides, but we see the Chaguanas presentation Chaguanas team. They're having their last minutes conference, giving some praises. Of course, presentation East looking to join their compatriot, the presentation Chaguanas team, back in the Premier Division in Trinidad and Tobago Secondary Schools Football in the TIGERTANKS Secondary Schools Football League. So they're just about ready as we get ready for kickoff action. Going to take the kickoff is Josiah Ashok. I get it. Very difficult pronunciation, the spelling here.
So as referee, time ticks down and we're ready, and that's kickoff here. So players are going to kick off here from left to right, right to left on your screens. Here is with Captain Kanye Hamilton. Running into some trouble there, but getting out easily. Ball is with Avinash Sonalal. Hamilton again. Sonalal looking for some movements.
So quite composed, this presentation Chaguanas team, willing to knock the ball from side to side, being quite patient, looking for that opening.
Winning it out there was Ramon Sao. Very patient build up here by presentation Chaguanas here, picking out their passes well, seeking out their players. Players running into space and picking up the ball.
Well, it seems the Kouva East team, they're quite prepared to get behind the ball, allow the ball to play in front of them and from side to side, not allowing those penetrative passes by the presentation Chaguanas team. But it's going to be a free kick, and the skipper, Hamilton.
Ball falls all the way forward here now to Hamilton. Mitchell with the ball across. Goes all the way over here to Sau. Ball was out of touch.
So it's going to be an early corner here for the presentation Chaguanas team. The big guys from the back, they look to pack the box. We see the skipper, Kanye Hamilton, entering. Ball floated inside. Still not cleared. And finally, Kouva East able to begin their first attack. So trying to be a bit cheeky there was the number 7, Kareem Alexander. And Kouva East coming forward here. Passad going down under the challenge. It's going to be a free kick. Coming to quickly to take that free kick is the number 7, Kareem Alexander. Seems like he's going to take this with the left boot. Looking for better positioning. So it's going to be with the right boot. It's going to be curling away. Put into the area. A shot taken there by the number 9. It's the number 19, Peter McEnron.
So Couva East applying a bit of pressure here, earning a corner for themselves.
So corner piece for the two teams in the first 5 minutes. The presentation corner was not of the best quality. Let's see what the Chaguanas East team has to offer. Floated ball across the area.
Still not cleared.
Alexander with a shot. Easily handled there by the goalkeeper. That's Abdul Sahid. Just a bit of wrong replay there. But coming forward is presentation. They have been quite patient. You know, good deliberate football. Yeah. Not fast-paced action, but you're seeing both teams making the attempt to knock the ball around, string some passes together, get their teams going.
Yeah, good patient builder by both these teams.
And it's definitely a foul throw. I was about to question it, but the referee just blowing the whistle, so it's going to be Singh. He throws it in to his number 10. That's
one back easily there by Perez. His captain turning in the middle is Hamilton. Picks out that man there, Mitchell. Mitchell goes for a bit of a run. Gets a run coming from Sau. Sau looking for options in the middle. None coming. Good hold up the play there by Sau. Oh, good skill there. And goes past both men. And then good challenge there from Luke Nobi. Saving the face there of Kouva East. But good run there from Sau. There we see nice bit of footwork there and getting himself a yard. Wasn't able to go further. Good interception there.
Yeah, the roly-poly, you know, something that you see made famous in the world stage by Zinedine Zidane. He would definitely give you a couple of roly-polies in the middle. It's Sau who's going to be taking this corner. As presentation, try to break the deadlock here. Floated across the area, headed, and it's into the back of the net. Just like that, the big Tyreek Phillip heads his team 1 goal up. So it was a floated ball by Sau. Met with a thumping header at the back post by Tyreek Phillip. And he puts his team 1-0 up. Presentation College taking the early advantage here. Kadir.
What a commanding header there by Philip. Ball floated into the box and Philip rising highest above the rest and nodding home. Prez lead this one by 1-0.
Well, it was a well-taken corner, well-flighted. For the keeper, though, I think he should have come and put a little bit of pressure, because when you saw where Philip headed home from, it was inside the area. The goalkeeper should have definitely taken command of his area. But on the other side of things, and immediately, that is the response. The number 11, Luke, it's the number 10, Peter McInran, with a bit of a fortuitous bounce, and he just fired it. The keeper should have done a whole lot better there, Balkaran, as it slipped through his grasp, and just like that, Kouva East has put level. My goodness, we were just beginning to analyze the go-ahead goal by Pressure Goddess, and there we have the answer back by Kouva East.
What a response, immediate response there. Keeper should have done better, Balkaran there. Should have been a regulation save, to say the least. But nevertheless, Kouva East is going to take that, and they have drawn level here, and there they go again. It's with McCarran. Loses out. But got an immediate response. How good is that?
Yes, definitely. You know, as a coach, the coach normally tell you you're just susceptible to being getting scored back on when you have scored, because of course you're celebrating, your emotions are high. It's a time when a lot of coaches call out to their senior players just to make sure the team is focused. The press team just going to sleep a bit there, and the man on the spot, Mateus. It was a beautifully executed shot. The keeper should have done better, but he'll take that, and he brings his team home. He brings his team level. Of course, the fans around, they'll be happy.
So after sort of a slow start by both teams, their measured build-up, you know, in the opening few minutes of the game, but then it games blows open wide with these two goals here. Gordon pair. What a response by Kouva East, and there they come again.
That man Matthias, the number 10, he showing that he has a lot of confidence, showing that he's the man to really follow, as we see him winning back the ball here for the Kouva East team.
Overhit a bit there. Couldn't pick out that man there, Josiah Paris. So it's going to be a throw-in now on the far side here for Perez, Chaguanas. And it's going to be taken by Sonny Lal. So it looks to be the right back wearing the number 10 jersey, Gordon Pair.
Well, that's very strange, you know, in my time playing. When you see spotted the number 10, immediately your eyes would be on him. You'd be making sure that he's not getting much touches of the ball. But it seems like anybody could wear any number.
And that number 10 is so famously worn by, you know, the critical, the big player, so to speak, in the lineup.
Yeah, definitely, you know, made famous by Pele, and then of course the man himself, Don Diego. But here comes number 7, made famous by Ronaldo. The shot, it's in. Kouva East has taken the lead to Kareem Alexander, just like that. It seemed to be an innocent ball. The defender came, did not deal with it, and Alexander banged it in. What a perfect finish in off the far post. And Couva East leads 2-1 inside 10 minutes. We in for a cracker here.
We definitely in for a cracker there. Trey Mitchell should have done better on that occasion there, but credit to Alexander, who pushed past him and fired a low shot there and beaten Balkaran again. So Couva East have turned this one on its head. It's 2-1 and just about 10 minutes gone here, Gordon Pay.
3 goals in 10 minutes. The fans are bubbling here at the Couva East grounds.
Couva East come again. Oh, but it's won back there by Perez. Given away. Couva East. Definitely the team on the front foot here. They have scored both goals just about a space of about 4 minutes. Going through that again and trying to go through that man again, Mateus.
Yes, Matthias showing his skills, showing that he's going to be a man to watch. We were now talking about the numbers and jerseys, and up spotted the number 7, made famous, of course, by CR7. And he showed what a number 7 does, banging that ball home. A really good finish there by the number 7, Kareem Alexander, to put his team up. Here he's coming again.
Alexander looking to go past his man. Go past his Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell seems to need some backup there. Alexander is doing it a little bit too easy, over on that near side. But bringing it away now is pressure Chaguanas, but he loses out.
Here comes the skipper, Luke Nobby.
Good recovering tackle there by Sao. So Kouva East now really applying some pressure here. Golden pair after soaking up a bit of pressure in the opening minutes, and now it's their turn to apply some pressure to this pressure Chaguanas team.
Well, they allowed first. They were very tactical. They stayed in their half mainly and allowed the presentation team to play the ball in front of them, side to side. It worked for a while, and then they conceded a corner, and that corner was headed home commandingly by Tariq Phillip. And here comes pressure Chaguanas again. A shot, and it's in the back of the net. Number 19, Tariq Phillip. He gets a double, adding to his thumping header. He just dragged past the stopper, and a bit too easy there. So the answer back from Presentation College. Chaguanas, my goodness me, and 15 minutes have not even been left as yet.
What a game we have on our hands here. Both these teams throwing punches at each other. It's 2-2. It's just back where we started. It's 2 goals apiece here between Pressure Chaguanas and Kouva East. So Pressure Chaguanas not on the back foot for too long. Coming back with a goal of their own, their golden pair.
Yeah, they were pinned back. It was definitely against the run of play. The Couva East team were definitely showing that they were on top and was dominating the ball possession as well as the chances going forward. But just like that, the ball fell to Tariq Phillip, and he showed that his goal with the header was no fluke as he dragged past the keeper and finished expertly again. The goalkeeper there, when he sees the replay, he'll think that he could have done slightly better, but it definitely was a good finish by the young man Tariq Phillip, as he gets his name on the scorecard for a double.
Balker and coming and claiming that one there. But Tariq Phillip, how clinical he is with his chances, getting 2 sights on goal and putting away both chances.
Yeah, definitely. He has not been in the game as much as you would think he should be.
And
but here he comes again.
Here he is again. Looking to get a shot away. Oh, Sao, this one flashes past the upright there. So good attempt by Pressure Chaguanas again there. That man Sao with that shot away. But again at the heart of it was Tariq Phillip. But in the end, Sao with the shot. There, so golden pair. What a game so far.
Yeah, it seems to have gone on for a corner, if you're not mistaken. No, the team is good. It's going to be a goal kick. Just retrieving that ball. So we have a very interesting, exciting game on our hands. Both teams, remind me of a good old heavyweight bout. Both boxers coming out and slugging it out here in the middle of the ring. They started off a bit cautiously, just feeling out each other with the jabs. But now it has gone to full roundhouses here and straight rights.
But how is it important? How important is it for coaches? Both teams. After 15 minutes and both teams have conceded both goals. What are the thoughts from those coaches, Gordon Pierre?
Well, judging from what we have seen thus far, the both keepers need to definitely improve. You'll have to set out some instruction for that. They need to focus a bit on the presentation side of things. You're seeing that on the left back, that's Mitchell. He seems to be a bit overwhelmed by the number 7, that's Kareem Alexander. For presentation, though, it seems like they're going to their main man, Mr. Tariq Phillip. He seems to be looking to be the big center forward on top. Of course, we're talking about numbers, and he sports the number made famous by Dwight York, our very own Dwight York, the number 19 jersey. So he seems to be the point forward. But you can't be happy as a coach for either side, having conceded 2 goals apiece with only 15 minutes gone. You definitely want to close things up a bit and force the team to really come through you instead of come around you, as you're seeing being happening for both teams thus far. There we see a strong challenge there by Bacchus, just putting that one out.
But Press Chaguanas are really methodical in the way that they go about, in the attacking third. Really patient build up. These are a lot of intricate passes, a lot of short passes, between players. So looks to be a very well oiled team when it comes to, in the attacking third of things. There they are again. Middle of the park. Looking for that man again, Tariq Phillip. But good work at the back there by Captain Nobi. Again, good clearing tackle. Just booting it downfield there. The old cleared out from that man there. Tussle over on that far side there. But referee spots something there. He's going to give a free kick there to Kouva East.
Yeah, Matthias, they're just going to work there. He's trying to do a bit too much in an area that's not advantageous to him. Like he's gotten a free kick there, but what good is that really for his team so far out?
Looking for someone in the box. Not picking them out there.
Taylor rolling the ball forward. Loses out. Picks it up again. And the semi treads the ball through. Philip in a foot race. The keeper slips. And just like that, Philip finds himself with an early hat trick. Tariq Phillip, remember the name. He runs across. There we see it again. The keeper just lost his footing as he was coming out. Tariq Phillip was first to the ball. He finished well. And with just about 18 plus minutes gone, Tariq Phillip finds himself with an early hat trick, and his team is back in lead. Presentation Chaguanas, they lead 3-2 in this one.
Tariq Phillip, hat trick hero after just 18 minutes. So we have been speaking of how clinical he has been, and my oh my, he has just given us something to behold there. Hat trick inside 20 minutes. What a game so far. Tariq Phillip, really good, strong center forward play there. Running onto that ball and finishing it off well. Kouva East with Alexander again. Looking for that immediate response. Matthias, with a shot on goal there. High, but not so handsome. So Tariq Phillip really is one to look out for in terms of striking options. Gordon.
He reminds me of the big forward in the Premiership.
Erling
Haaland. Yes, he tall. He runs the channels well. He's been able to get the ball past the goalkeeper. Not not as clinical as you would like, but if you got 3 goals in 18 minutes, how much more clinical could we expect from a young player?
Yeah, I think waking up, on the morning and scoring 3 goals, you would take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. So very good from Tariq Phillip, and pressure going on so far. But Couva East, they have been good. It's good. They have gone through good spell of good patches of spells in possession, but they're losing out there on that far side.
Yeah, and what we just saw there is one of the battles that we're going to be seeing all evening long. That battle between Mitchell there, that's Terry Mitchell, and the number 7 Kareem Alexander. I think it's something that the press team will have to look at in terms of getting a double team. And then we see an opportunity at the other end for Press Chaguanas.
Yeah, I think Press has identified Mitchell as one of the so-called weak links in the back line, and they getting that ball on his side, on that right-hand side, and Alexander is giving him up some problems there. So probably coaches might need to probably double up on him
Now be just knocking that ball forward. And they find he allowed the ball to run out of play. I think he didn't realize that the ground was so close to him.
And coming and claiming that ball there was Captain Hamilton. He was adjudged to have fouled Peter McCarran. Oh, the call goes the opposite way. So it's a free kick to press Chaguanas. Hamilton is going to stand over this one. Probably looking for that big figure of Philip up front.
It falls to Sau. But he's offside. He'd have just straightened in the offside position. So if you're just joining us, you're watching the TIGERTANKS Secondary Schools football action. It's the championship division. Chaguanas up against Kouva East Secondary. Chaguanas, they lead 3-2. Yes, you heard it correct, and you're seeing correct. Just 21 minutes gone, 22 minutes gone in this one. It's been a topsy-turvy one. It was Chaguanas who led early through a commanding header by Tariq Phillip. Then the answer back was almost immediate. It was from the number 10, Matthias. He got Kouva East level, and then before they could blink, Kareem Alexander put Kouva East up 2-1. And just when the celebration had just died down, up came Tariq Phillip to claim a double. And then just calming the nerves and putting his team up 3-2 was Phillip as he grabbed an early hat-trick.
So a really good game on our hands here between these two teams, slugging it out here, old school fashion.
Yeah,
if you like.
It's a
Matthias
goal-fest.
Strong in midfield there. Looking to go forward with some intent there is Couva East, but stuffed out at the back there by Prez. Matthias again. Looking for the return ball and gets it. Oh, but good work there from Hamilton at the back. And that's man Taylor. Looking for Sau. Ball over the top. Oh, this time Abdul Sahid comes and claims there. Good work from keeper Abdul there, Gordon, on that occasion. Yeah. Ball over the top there. Looking for the run of Sau. But good spot there from goalkeeper and coming out and claiming there, handling it well in the end.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be the ball that you're going to see from Mikel Taylor in the middle of the midfield there for presentation. He's normally just looking to put that ball into the channels and trying to get either one of the trio of Sau, Israk, or Philip. It's worked thus far. That was Isak. Just slipping there. But Sau again. It's off the post. Oh. And Jody come lately. Jody on the spot was Isak. So just as I was saying, that has been the... We see the shot there from Sau. It bounced off the upright. But the man on the spot was not Johnny, but Joshua Isak, who was on the spot to make it 4-2 for Presentation Chaguanas. And it seems like they are beginning to rumble. The presentation machinery has arrived.
Yeah, started with that man Sau again with a good shot from just outside the area. Coming off the underside, the inside of the post, the upright. And was that man Isahak on spot to polish off that one there for pressure Chaguanas. Here we see again, good shot from Isahak going across the keeper there.
That was from Sau.
From Sau.
Who had the initial shot. He had the goalkeeper beaten all ends up. But it cannoned off the course, the upright, and then came back into play. And Joshua on the spot.
So we see the referee here. Some concern here for that man Abdul Sahid. Looks like he probably needs someone of the medical staff to come out there.
I wonder if his fingers would have just stuck in the ground or whether he was mashed. But the referee definitely looking to be quite concerned.
But there we see a shot of the outfield. You know, the outfield is a bit bumpy, a lot of patches there. So it's really a goalkeeper's nightmare, you know, with those patches in front, directly in front of them. Have to be really decisive, you know, with coming and claiming and jumping and punching from those balls into your area and stuff like that.
Probably if we see the if we see the shot of the goal again, because it seemed like someone really stood up on his hand. So we see Sao with the shot. It went down. He was getting up. Oh.
No real clear evidence from that there.
Yeah. Unless his finger was pushed backward, because you saw he flapped at the goal. Yeah, you saw he flapped at the goal. Or probably when he landed.
Probably he landed up badly on that hand.
Yeah, you're seeing the young goalkeeper just showing a bit that that's Abdul Sahid. You saw the shot from Sao, and that ball was in the corner, and he tried to go with his feet instead of his hands. So it shows a bit of a limitation when it comes to his goalkeeping skills. Of course, the goalkeeping position, a very specialized position. In fact, the only specialized position on the football field. You're allowed to use your hands. There's also very different in terms of what you can do, and it's also what you have to be able to do and do quite well.
Yeah, so kickoff again here from Kouva East. And it's 4-2. Presley this one by 4-2. We're heading up to that 30-minute mark there. And it's been a real good game so far. Philip could take there again from that big number 19. But coming and claiming there again was Sahid.
Bravely. And I think that's the first qualification to be a goalkeeper. You've got to be brave.
Got to be. Kouva is there. Not able to pick out that run of McCarran. Cut out there by Hamilton. And Nobby with a commanding header at the back there.
I think Nobby has been the go-to man for his team at the back. Yeah, that ball went out of play a long while ago. So it's going to be a throw, and I think that throw is going to be for Presentation College.
So remember, this is championship action. You can like and subscribe to us on Tiger Sports International on YouTube. This is championship action. We have Prez Chaguanas versus Kouva East. And Prez Isahak looking menacing again.
It's off the crossbar, the upright again. And then Sahid just places it down short.
Strange from Sahid there, why he didn't clear.
He could have
just seemed to poke it back into the Prez attackers.
Quite strange there. It was a shot that looked quite simple by Liam Umar.
Couva is able to break now with that man Matthias. Rides one challenge. Looking for the run of Alexander. Oh, get in there before the keeper and poking it home. There was Alexander pulling one back for Kouva East. Just like that against the run of play golden player.
Well, it seems like they're shaking their hands. Is it an offside call? It seems to be an offside call, but it was a nice build-up there. Of course, the man, the number 10, Matthias, and there you see the offside call. Matthias, it was though, he skipped past a challenge, went down, got up, lifted his head, and just played that ball into the channel. Alexander got behind the defense and slipped it past the goalkeeper, but it was all to no avail, as it was deemed to be an offside goal.
But good build-up play there from Kouva East. They are through that man again. Matthias and Alexander linking up well.
Well, they seem to be the two of the three most important players for this Kouva East team. That's Alexander, who's going to be coming in off the right-hand side, and Matthias, who seems to dominate the center of the pitch. There we see him on the ball. Couva with a bit of a build-up, but the ball just easily trickles into the hands of goalkeeper Balkaran. He's not been as busy as the Couva East goalkeeper. I think the most he's had to do was pick up the ball twice from the back of his net.
Matthias again with that ball, looking for the run off. Trying to get into Alexander, but not enough on it. And Balkaran claims. Isahak turning nicely and looking for Philip. Not going to find Philip on this occasion there. Saeed. Good reading from Saeed so far in terms of commanding his area, his 18-yard box. So far, Gordon.
He's looking for movement. He's shown to be quite brave. A lot of work to be done on this goalkeeper, but he's brave. He also tries to come off his line. He'd have learned that earlier on after Philip was able to run onto some of those true balls that were just knocked over the top, hopeful balls at best. And Philip, though, he was always the more anxious to really run them down, and he's been rewarded by getting 3 first-half goals. The other coming off the boot of that pronunciation. Can you help me with that pronunciation? Isahak?
Isahak. Yeah, Isahak getting his name on the score sheet as well. So Tariq Phillip with an early hat trick. 18 minutes. After 18 minutes, he had himself a hat trick. And that fourth goal for Chaguanas coming from Joshua Isahak. Kouva East with an immediate response, after being 1-0 down. Immediate response, and then after going 2-1 down, they came back with an answer of their own. But so far, Press have scored 2 in that time, and Kouva East looking to come forward again. Alexander, but he's crowded out there by Hamilton.
Well, it seems to be, as they would say, a two-trick pony, this Kouva East team. It seems to be either they're going to try to go through the big number 10 Matthias, who's dominating the center of the midfield, or Kareem Alexander is going to be the two. And they're just getting their wires crossed.
But Sao, this one goes out of play. Heavy touch there by Sao.
Awful throw.
Foul throw there.
Yeah.
How often we see this sort of foul throws in this championship division, Gordon? This should be something in regulation.
And the ball here
comes off Nobby. Eventually clears. Matthias again. Looking for Alexander. Not picking him out there. Eventually the ball goes into touch, and it's going to be a Kouva East throw.
Matthias is all here, there, and everywhere. Alexander.
So is Alexander as well.
That's the problem when you depend so heavily on two players. Yeah, as you're seeing there, easily just really marshal off the ball.
As a coach, Gordon, how do you get those other players to come into the game or get themselves into the game, when you have those two attackers who Press by now, they know that most of their attacks are going to come through Matthias and Alexander. How do you get the rest of those Couva East players into the game?
Yeah, firstly, I think the team has to begin. The other players you got to set out the instruction. You know, it's difficult because when you look at the team, you're seeing that it's really these two players who are really dominating here. You see Matthias, he has to take it all alone or look for that Alexander. So that's the two-trick pony. It's easy to mark off. Presentation College, all they have to do is to keep both of these guys out of the game, and they're going to be okay. Alexander there again, opening the lock, getting a shot off, but it's, if you look, you saw about 4 presentation defenders behind that ball. And then they're able to spring forward. And the ball across. Easily handled. You also got the players, Matthias and Alexander, they have to understand that they have to play off the what's happening. They're trying to get on the ball much too often. And it's easy for... So you see, this number 12 is coming into play here. That's
Liam.
Yeah. David, he's, and that is going to help his team, you know, because they're going to have another player that they'll have to mark.
So definitely these two are going to need some help from the rest. You know, if Kouva East are to come back in this game, it can't only be through those 2 men.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get other players involved. There you see Taylor.
Strong in midfield there, holding off a couple of challenges, and then looking for Brian. Brian there with the ball inside, falls to Tariq. Tariq is going to have a shot here, but it's going to be blocked by David. And again, Matthias, good take. Seems to have a lot of good technical abilities about him, Gordon.
Yeah, he's definitely a player. You're seeing that his quality is definitely one that you can see. He has a good technical. He's also very good tactically. He's also big physically. You know, tall player. As we see, it seems to be a substitute just warming up. But presentation, they're coming and in waves now, especially through Tarabula.
So Couva is interestingly here, they are looking to get that number 13 on. It's Ihsan Lashley. Ihsan Lashley. Looks like he's going to be coming on now.
So Lashley looking to come on. We'll see who he's coming on for. He's coming on for the number 12. That's Janko. David Janko is coming off, and Lashley goes on. First half substitution. Trying to find a solution, I think, early to the attack that has been coming down through Brian. And another Kouva East player has gone down as well. He's gone down and stayed down.
Yeah, so requiring some attention there.
He's pointing to his side. Seemed to have gotten a blow there. Seemed to be a physical blow. Remember, Couva East, they made a early first half sub. There we see the substitute, Isaiah Lashley.
Ihsan Lashley.
Oh, Lashley.
Ihsan Lashley coming on there for Couva East. So what do you think is the tactic here now for coach of this Couva East team? Is it going to be Lashley coming on to aid in the attack, or is he going to come on now as a cover for those?
No, I think that the matchup between David Janko and Brian Chabir, that pronunciation there, bit of a tongue twister.
Brian Trouble seems to be the name.
It needs to be troubling me, right? So, Brian Trouble, that matchup was not in the favor of Couva East. So I think they withdrew David Janko just to get on Brian Trouble, so that he can just to get on Lashley. Yeah, so that he can really control Brian Trouble, who was really running rings around David Janko. The Kouva East team, though, I think they'll have to just try to get to the halftime whistle, try to really consolidate at the halftime, and look to get those goals back. They're just down 2 goals. The score may be large in terms of 4-2, but it's only 2 goals, and that's a very dangerous lead in football. A goal from them, and it can be the cats among the pigeons, and just so getting up there. That's Jewel,
the man there who was getting that attention.
The fans following their school team, as you can see them in the background there, just coming out and support. It's all what secondary schools football is about. When you see the school fans, they definitely come out and support their teams. You're talking about the past pupils. You're also talking about
Coach Baker getting some points across there to his press team.
And here they come. Lashley winning his first challenge. That's very good for him. And a nice outlet pass. Alexander exchanging a nice 1-2 there with Macaron. But they lose out to Taylor. He scored in possession. He's up against Alexander. The referee just calling for an infringement there on Alexander, as Alexander tried to find that his big player Matthias.
Still not cleared.
Presentation quite composed at the back.
Yeah, calm stuff from presentation. Sonny Lal. Long ball forward. Oh, looking there for Brian. Seems to want to get Brian going on that right hand side.
It falls nicely, Theatre. Alexander. It's a good ball forward.
Peter there losing out to Captain Hamilton.
Yeah, he just not composed, but the ball's still not clear.
Good composed stuff at the back there from Press Chaguanas.
Well, it's composed when it works. If it did not work, I would wonder what we'd be saying.
Still not cleared.
So that Mitchell up against Alexander. The substitute coming on, Lashley, though, he has been in every challenge and he's won everyone thus far. So he's definitely come on and add a bit of a spice to that Kouva East team from the right back position there. Nobby in a battle with Phillips. Forwards to Taylor. Taylor trying to get Brant Trabule going.
Philip. Oh, Sahid. Good work from Sahid there. Bravery. He spoke of his bravery.
Well, he's very brave. A bit of unorthodox there. He came out and he dealt with the trouble, not convincingly, but he got it clear. It's going to be a corner for the Presentation Chaguanas team.
Isahak is going to take this one. In swinger from Isahak. Floated up there, and Hamilton trying to get it head on it. And Saw with the follow up there goes wide.
So another substitution. Jewel Ale Ucha. That's Jewel Adehucha who's going to come off. And coming on, I think it's we'll get the substitute, as that's the halftime whistle. So at the half in this one, Press Chaguanas, they lead 4-2 versus Kouva East. The goals really came early in the first half. It was an interesting and enthralling clash, as Prez, they went up 1-0, and then back came Kouva East roaring back to get 2 goals and go up 2-1. And before you could blink, it was a response by Tariq Phillip, who added 2 goals to make it 3-2. And then A little later on, not much later on, a few moments after that, it was the man on the spot, Joshua Isahak, who added a fourth to make it 4 goals to 2 at the half. Kadir, a very interesting match.
Yeah, interesting so far in a lot of ways, but I think Kouva East have not played badly. They just down by 2 goals. They probably would want a little bit more from those players going forward. You know, in the attacking third of Chaguanas, probably want to get a little bit more support for Alexander and that man, the number 10, Mateus, going forward. You know, to
Well,
cause a bit of problems there for press at the back.
yeah, well, definitely. So we go to the break. When we come back, we'll have more action right here at the championship Tiger Tanks secondary schools football action between President Chaguanas and Kouva East. Welcome back to the Kouva East grounds. It's championship action in the TIGERTANKS Secondary Schools Football League. The scores after the first half, we have presentation for Kouva East in presentation Chaguanas for Kouva East 2 in what was an interesting and enthralling first half. I'm Kadir Mohammed together with going here together with me is Kadir Mohammed. Kadir, as we get ready for the second half action, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, really good, entertaining stuff, end-to-end sort of stuff, but a good finishing from Tariq Phillip there. Hat-trick after just 18 minutes for Chaguanas, and there we see Kouva East getting things started in the second half. So they would want to bring some of those players into the game. Gordon, what do you think are the thoughts from the coach at the halftime break?
Well, I saw one of the immediate changes I saw, just judging from that kickoff, the man kicking off was Matthias. So it seems like he's gone right up on top. So they're going to try to get that ball to him early and let him do his stuff in the attacking third. And hopefully they can get some results.
Yeah, but he's going to need some help. Alexander has been good so far on this right-hand side for Kouva East. He has run rings around Trey Mitchell so far.
So it's going to be a throw here. Peter McEnron and Matthias. He's on the end of this one. He's into the area. Still Matthias. Trying to get on his favorite left foot. So you're seeing just what I told you about, the early effort from Kouva East to put that ball into the attacking third. So it seemed to be a foul. Nobby is going to take it. He's been solid at the back for Kouva East.
Another good clearance there from Nobby. Inviting some pressure from Perez. Taylor goes past the challenge of Paris. Still in possession is Taylor, but loses out there to Peter McErin. McErin now taking it for a bit of run. McErin running out of a bit of real estate there. So, off last or Sonny Lal. No, it's going to be a Kouva East. Showing.
So it's going to be a free kick.
Free kick, strangely. Didn't notice anything there. Paris with that long ball. Not able to pick out Alexander. And here comes Perez again. Chusao goes past breezes past his man easily. Trying to feed it in there. Looks to be Isahak. Matthias. How good he has been so far for Kouva East. I really want to get him on the ball a lot more.
Well, he's definitely done human service.
Matthias again. It turns nicely, but unable to pick out Peter McErin there. So ball goes harmlessly out. It's going to be a goal kick for Chaguanas. So immediately we saw that number 9 Paris. He's dropped a bit in the midfield, and we see Matthias going.
Yeah, so Matthias is going to take this one here. Now he's going to take the corner, but he's supposed to be the marksman, right? So that's where the problem lies for this Kouva East team. So that's some good work by McCarran, but when the ball comes across, there's no one on spot to really deliver that decisive blow. So it's easily handled there by goalkeeper Balkaran. Bangs it downfield.
It's a hack. Brian going for a bit of a run and gets the ball in the area, but unable to pick out his partner. And Kouva East loses out again. It's a hack. On that favorite left foot, looks for the shot there, but goes wide.
Yes, so a bit of tactical change has taken place by the Kouva East team. They have trying to get Matthias more as the center forward. They're trying to get the ball to him early and often. And he's doing his stuff, but he just needs a bit of support. I find that you're not getting and going down there. It seems to be the number 12. The number 12. What going on? That's
Liam Omad.
Omad. The referee calling on the physio.
When you see a player go down off the ball without any challenges coming in, it's always a bit of concern.
Yeah, definitely it would be a concern for the presentation team.
But Gordon, I want to ask you as a defender, how difficult is it to defend against a man who has, you know, a lot of trickery, a lot of fans and fast footwork? How difficult is it to defend against that?
The most important thing is to keep your eye on the ball. That's basic. The next thing is really to keep in a crouch position where you're able to transfer your weight easily from one side to the other. If you're standing straight and tall, it's easy for him to wrong foot you. But if you're more in a crouch position, you know, similar to a boxing stance, you know, a side on, you're selling him a side. Sometimes with those players with magic feet, there's not much you could do about them when it comes to containing them, to stopping them. What you have to do is contain them. So you really get into a crouch position, you sell them aside, hope that they will take that side. Normally they won't. Normally they'll sell you like they're going that side and switch back, but because you're in a crouch position, you're able to switch your body weight, and of course you got to use a lot of your body as well on them. You know, because when you get your body able to put your body in them, you off balance them. So when they're not balanced, they're not able to easily switch their weight side to side, which is a very important and key thing. So that's what some of the trickery that we as defenders had. You know, in our times too, the cameras were not as prevalent as today, so that you could get away with a little slap in the back, a little butter of the ball in the back of the head, all in good spirits. You know, just to put off that forward.
So Pressure Gunners have subbed off Liam Omad, and coming on is number 14, Divan Vishnu. Vishnu coming on there for Chaguanas.
And trying to get that ball to come forward. Isahak. Oh, a shot from distance. It looked more like a pass than a shot. But it flashed just wide. Skipper Nobby looking to take this spot kick. One of the three principles on this Kouva East team, Nobby that is. Oh, and just give him away.
Poor work there from that man at the back, Jewel.
But then he's able to fix his error. And here comes Matthias. Still Matthias getting the return pass. Skips past the challenge of one. Skips past the challenge of two. He played it into Paris and hoped for that return pass. It was not coming. And Paris just fouling. That's Sanilal.
Yeah, so Kouva East definitely would have wanted to start the second half on the front foot. But Pressure Gunners have been resolute at the back so far.
It's a beautiful ball. It's aimed at Brian Chabule.
Brian looking for some options. And there's that man Avinash with the ball inside. Able to turn there was Isahak and getting the shot away on some footwork there. In typical small goal style was keeper Abdul Sahid getting that one away. Not so pretty but effective.
Yeah, well, definitely, you know, you really got to put up your hand for this young man. He's been brave. He's been, you know, tireless. And there again, he didn't know much about it. But he saw it and he stuck out that left boot and it killed off that right boot and it curled off and went behind for a corner. So Chaguanas East, they live to tell another tale.
Yes, Chaguanas now.
So
Nice ball, floated into the area. Oh, and coming in on the back post there was that man, Brian, unable to get his header on target.
Yeah,
Unable to get any connection at all. So I think it's going to be a goal kick for Kouva East. Yes, it's going to be a goal kick. But good ball there from Sao. Hanging it up there, asking Brian to just get a head on it. Unable to do so. Not cleared properly by Nobby, and inviting pressure going us again. Sao turning his man nicely, getting some support from Sonilal. Sonilal with that ball over, comes all the way across now, and it seems to be that man again, Tariq Phillip, getting a shot off.
So a bit of Paddock stepping in here for the Chaguanas East team.
Oh, it took a deflection, so it's going to be a corner again for Pressure Gunners. So they're coming in waves again now. Is this Pressure Gunners team already leading this game by 4 goals to 2? 10 minutes gone in the second half here. We've played 55 minutes at the presentation Chaguanas ground. And Sao going over to take this corner here for Prez.
He's asking his guys to get in the box. Flew it up, hanged up high. And again, it was aimed at Brian. This time it goes out off of a Chaguanas East player, a Couva East player, sorry. So it's going to be a corner from the other end.
Brian, not the tallest of those in the box, but he's going after Brian. Probably he has a nice leap, or a good leap.
Ball floated across, and it just goes out of play. What is happening is the keeper is not coming and claiming his box. So all he had to do is put the ball in the air, and it's up to the defenders to get a clearing touch onto it. So it's not necessarily because Brian Charuble is tall or strong in the air. It's definitely a problem here where the keeper is unable to really get it, or he's not confident enough to really come out and claim it.
Yeah, I think he has his limitations, but he has done well so far, keeping his team in the game. But Kouva East looking to go forward, but Palkaran booting that one out there.
The referee assistant would have raised for an offside, though, so it's going to be a free kick for presentation. If you're just joining us and wondering what you're watching on Tiger Tanks International, it's the championship division of the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League. Presentation Chaguanas, they lead this one 4 goals to 2 over Kouva East. Presentation, they got their goals through Tariq Phillip. He's on a hat-trick. He has scored a hat-trick. Josiah Ishaq, he's gotten the 4th goal. And for Kouva East, it was Kareem Alexander and their big man Matthias would have gotten their 2 goals.
Kouva East picking up some possession, middle of the park. Through that man again, Matthias. Matthias looking for Alexander. Alexander turning his man nicely. Probably looking for a ball in the area. Tries to beat his man there, and able to do so. One back by Alexander again. And goes past that challenge. And looking for the run of Matthias. Matthias evades that challenge. He had some help there in the form of Paris. Probably trying to do a bit too much there was Matthias. Winning it back there is Kouva East.
Strong challenges there. The game really becoming a game of challenges now. But here comes Phillip.
What an interception there from Nobby. Captain Nobby with a good foot in there. Phillip was running onto that one there, looking menacing, but stopped there by Captain Nobby. It's going to be another corner for Prez Chaguanas. Sao is going to take this one again. There we see Captain Hamilton, the big man, from the back. And that man, number 19, Tariq Phillip, just on the edge of the area. Hanged up again by Sao. Comes all the way over to Ishaq. Clear away in the end. So pressure going on, as you alluded to earlier, going just getting that ball in the box, but putting a little bit too much on it. Going out there twice, you know, without any danger for Kouva East. Yeah, shut off the fans there. A lot of supporters from Chaguanas, Press Chaguanas and Kouva East supporters there.
Ball floated across, the keeper comes. And he just punches it down. Doing his job, should we say competently, do not very eye-pleasing, but he's able to keep the ball out.
Which is the main thing, you know, you want to keep that ball away from the back of the net. He's doing well so far. But really, relentless pressure from Pressure Chaguanas.
Yeah, I think now they're beginning to smell blood. And of course, as the time goes by, and tiredness begins to step in, the field is going to open up, the concentration levels are going to drop, and the better players are going to begin to stand tall. Good defensive work there, though. They're fine. Alexander is just walking now. Not really providing his team with much emphasis unless he's on the ball.
It's a hack. Turning nicely. But in the way was Nobby. And press again. Coming. Taylor. Oh, referee spotted something there. So, going as a coach, now, your players are beginning to get tired. You know, tiredness is seeping in now for these Kouva East players. How do you manage that? You know, with just about 30 minutes to go.
Well, the first thing the Couva team is doing is they're allowing the game to be stretched. It means to say that they're allowing, because the back line is not pushing up, because they're tired, they're allowing the whole length of the field to be played. And that's something that players, they don't understand that as easily. It's that if you're able to push up your players, and it's a sub for a sub, Lashley, I think, is coming off. Number 13 is coming off, and going on is the number 17 player. No, it's not Lashley. Who's coming on? Lashley has stayed on. The number 17 player.
Vashes Nandlal.
So Nandlal comes on. In the meantime, Matthias. Here comes Matthias with one of his mazy runs. He's committed an infringement there. So the Couva team needs to get their team playing a bit more compact. You know, if you push up and your back line is able to push up and hold off, that's why it's important to have good stoppers so that they can read the pace of the play and keep the play compact. If the play is compact, it means to say there's shorter distance for you to run. Right? You don't have to run the whole length of the pitch. You'll just be running in probably 40-meter area, right? But for that to happen, the back line has to push up and push up quickly. You've got to be able to maintain your team being compact and yet still not staying so high as to allow the ball to be easily played over the back of you. You know, when you drop off deep, or if you drop off deep and allow them to play in front of you, but not tackling, you can't keep men up by the opposing team post and men down by your post. That means that's the whole field. Somebody's gotta run, and that
fighting attacks.
Yeah, and that is gonna allow the more skillful team the room to play, and that's where presentation is totally dominating this Kouva East team.
But in order for that to happen, where the backline pushes up, you need that one person from the back to actually read that play.
Yeah, it needs to be instruction coming out from both probably both the sideline and the last stopper. I think Nobby seems to be quite competent at the back, so he should be able to command that back line. You'll see though that if you any time you see the shot, you'll see this is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in green jerseys. They're behind the ball. It means to say that they're trying to get behind the ball. They're trying to stop the bleeding. They're trying to but what is happening? You're not seeing the supporting players who come in to provide that support for the Chaguanas East team. So the Kouva East team, sorry. So what is happening is that ball is just being dumped upfield, and then it's going to come back, and there's going to be room. A shot from distance. Handled well. As we're saying, he's not the prettiest on the eyes, Abdul Sahid, but he's definitely done his job and done it to the best of his ability. Hats off to the young man.
Oh, not a so good clearance from Abdul there. But Kouva East on the front foot. Oh, but Hamilton winning in back possession there for Chaguanas. And coming forward again. So, looking for that early shot. Again, Saeed keeps it away.
Yeah, you've seen a smile on his face. He knows he's doing the best that he can. You know, my heart normally go out for these youngsters. Would have been coming out of a 2-year pandemic. Some of them would not have played a lot of football during that time. Remember, at the time there was totally no sporting activity. 2 years is a pretty long time in terms of the development of a youngster. Ball across, and Hamilton would have think he should have done better there. He was all alone. As I said, normally a keeper would have come and claimed that ball, but because Sahid is not so confident in his goalkeeping, his handling ability, he prefers to stay on his line and try to stop what comes at him. The science behind that is if you stay on your line, there's the whole length of the post to score on. If you come out, you normally
narrow the angle,
and something can hit you. Taylor, Sao, shot from distance.
Yeah, I think Perez have identified that and really hitting those really attempting shots on goal. You know, trying to make the goalkeeper Abdul work a bit. They realize that he's not the best when it comes to saving those shots. He's doing his best. He's keeping his team in the game.
Yeah, hats off to him. The score is just 4 goals to 2. If we only get a goal here from Chaguanas East, the Cats are definitely going to be among the pigeons. Captain Nobby.
A lot of hands on knees there. Signs of tiredness from these Kouva East players.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a substitution to be made by the presentation Chaguanas team. Coming off is number 8. That's Taylor. Or is it number 18? Number 18. Mitchell is coming on off. And number 6 comes on.
That's Alessandro Lopez.
Alexandro Lopez. He's got a good footballing name.
Yeah.
So that ball just going out of play. You know, could you hear a bit of a foul throw again? When I look at the uniform of this Kouva East team, it reminds me of a team that I know quite well, the real Westford team, a team that I coached and owned, well, assistant coach really, and own.
Yeah, Westford playing in the Ascension. That's the first time you'd have get a sight at the real Westford. But here's not so good from Matthias on that occasion there. But yeah, first sighting we would have seen of Westford would have been in the Ascension League. They just concluded the Ascension Football League, where Westford, how do you think Westford went in that Ascension, Gordon?
Well, it didn't go as well as we would have liked. Definitely it's something that we have to go back to the drawing board too. But back to the action on the pitch. Presentation Chaguanas, they lead this one 4 goals to 2 versus Kouva East.
Matthias again Paris. Paris with a shot away, but blocked by Mikel Taylor. Sau. Looking for Philip. Coming and claiming there this time was Abdul.
So Abdul was Sahid there. Came confidently there. And then he claimed.
Yeah, so coming up to that 70-hour mark, just about 20 minutes remaining in this one. Perez still lead this game by 4-2. But here's Alexander. Looking for that man who just come on there. Vishnu. Matthias. Brought down there by Hamilton. So going to be a free kick in a dangerous area here now for Kouva East. That man again, Matthias at the heart of it. So Couva East have really not been bad so far, but they still trail by 2 goals.
Well, football is about matchups, so what you say, not so bad, you're talking about relatively not so bad. A lot of work to be done still. It seems like Nobby's going to take this one.
Yeah, when I say not so bad, I mean in terms of the scoreline. You know, it reflects, you know, a big scoreline, but still, as you say, it's just 2 goals. Just 2 goals in it.
So Nobby will be looking to slam home this one. And it goes over the bar. Captain Nobby not too pleased with himself.
Training ground routine there.
Yeah,
something they would have practiced on the training pitch. It didn't come off on that occasion there for Nobby. But yeah, Couva East have really relied on Alexander and Matthias.
Well, mainly Matthias. Alexander totally disappeared in the second half. I think fitness playing a very important role in that. He's been just really happy to get his 1-2 touches whenever and wherever. He's not really worked for his team. I think he's more, at this point, more liability than an asset. On the other hand, Matthias, he's worked his socks off. He's shown himself to be a threat every time he's picked up the ball.
Yeah, Matthias has really been a thorn in press sides without any real rewards for his efforts. But here's press again with Sonny Lal. Sonny Lal looking for Brian again. Brian beats his man, but a good recovering tackle there from Jewel. Referee's assistant flag goes up there for offside on Brian.
Well, it seems like the ball had gone out of play ages ago and it was a throw.
It's so hard to see the touch line there.
Well,
it's really not marked.
Yeah, well, the referee should really be depending on his assistant, who would be in line and who's one of their most important job will be to decide when the ball is in play or out of play. So I think it's just the connectivity between the two officials that would have got out haywire there.
With the show for Couva East now is Paris. And Paris again, looking for the run. But good tackle there from Hamilton. Good old school slide and challenge there from Hamilton.
He's definitely... The two captains has been very solid at the back for their respective teams. And there you think that Matthias is losing the script because he's going to take that kick there. There's no one who can get on the end of this kick for him. So it goes all the way across.
Should have done better there.
And it was probably the next best option who got on the end there. That was Kareem Alexander, sorry.
Could have really hit that one time there.
Yeah.
Stood up nicely for that half volley.
Two players had the opportunity to put it home. But it's just what I'm saying. Your best player go out and take a corner. It means when that ball comes across, there's no one if the opportunity is presented to finish for you.
Yeah, really losing the plot there with that one.
So there with that's Isaac. He just with a foul throw. We've seen that a number of times this afternoon.
Yeah, something really regulation, that showing.
And there another foul throw.
Another one.
The rule is simple. You get the ball behind your head, it has to come all the way over with your 2 feet planted. Your 2 feet must not be off the ground at the time of release of the ball. It's a simple rule, and it's something that a number of players and coaches too, they have not familiarized themselves with the rules. How can you play a game without knowing the rules? You got to be able to know the rules so you could be able to adjust within the rules.
Yeah, but is it?
And there's another foul throw.
Is it something that is practiced? I mean, at this level of football, would that be something that they would have to practice?
Yeah, I think it's something that you definitely should implement. What normally happens in training, that is going to take the throw in and all, is Matthias. It's that the ball would have gone on a play, so it's a position train. So what you're seeing, and Sonny Lal will show you what is supposed to take place. That's a better execution there. But he didn't have to keep his 2 feet together. He could have put 1 foot in front of each other so he could have generated a bit more power. But because he would have seen the constant foul throws that were taking. But there's a foul, and Sonny Lal here, he's been pretty decent from the wing back position for this presentation team. He can't cross the ball.
Sonny Lal, not claiming there, and an easy finish by that
Phillip.
man again. Tariq Phillip on hand there, not so good from Saheed, just palming it into the path of Tariq Phillip, and he obliged, scoring his 4th goal, and presentation Chaguanas lead by 5-2. There we can see on the spot there was Tariq Phillip, a easy finish to say the least there. So after 76 minutes, Presley this one by 5-2.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for the keeper there. And I think if I was the referee, I'd call a foul there. Yeah, he stayed down. He dropped the ball. The ball came out of his hands, but he definitely... that was Isahak, look, the number 21, who contacted with him there. Look at it.
Oh, yes.
So definitely I think that he should have gotten a reprieve there.
Yeah, should have been foul on the goalkeeper there. That's a sort of a protected area for goalkeepers there.
I think the referee just allowed the play because he dropped the ball, but the penalty for dropping the ball is not being fouled, right? Yeah, so the ball was up for grabs, and he definitely should have done a whole lot better.
Yeah, so he really can't down on him. He has done as much as he could do, with whatever capabilities and abilities that he has within himself, but he seems to really be hurt there.
Yeah, he definitely was hurt in the challenge. You're seeing that we identified earlier on that he was a very limited goalkeeper, but he has one of the most valuable assets. He's a brave goalkeeper, a brave young man, not afraid to put himself under his body on the line. There he just dropped that one there, but we were seeing it time and time again that as long as the ball is put up in the air, that he doesn't seem to have that confidence of handling the ball. And the ball was just folded up there by Sanulal. Yeah, after this Sanulal, and he just mishandled it. Joshua Isahak really ran into him, but the man who was at the end of it was Tariq Phillip, who got his 4th goal. The big striker just scoring a poacher's goal, and able to slot home into what was an empty goal at that point.
Yeah, Tariq Phillip really taking the ball by the horn, scoring 4 goals for his team.
Well, he definitely, his first half hat-trick was definitely something to behold, because what had happened, his team after scoring first had gone down 2-1, and he loaded up his team on his back and brought them back into this one, crying them from 2-1 down to 3-2 up. And then after as they say, the rest was history.
Yeah, presentation Chaguanas scoring 5 here. You know, even though presentation Chaguanas is playing at home, we understand that this is a Kouva East home game. So presentation Chaguanas giving their fans something to cheer about, scoring 5 goals and looking for more.
Yeah.
On this side is Taylor again, inside looking for some options. Sees the run of Sonilal. And Sonilal now looking again for that long ball. Picks out Brian. Brian goes past his man easily. Ball into the area and handled not well. Oh, and it's going to be an easy goal this time again for Chaguanas.
Joshua.
And Isahak, the man on hand here to finish it off for Chaguanas. There we can see, didn't handle it well. There was Sahid. And Isahak, the man, finishing it off. So Press lead by 6 goals to 2 now.
Well, I think the game is done and dusted here. Just about 10 more minutes left in this one, and I think the floodgates have just been open after holding it at 4 goals to 2 for a long while. 2 quick second half goals here later on. Both of them a bit of goalkeeping errors, as we said from the start, that Sahid just, lacking some of the basics of a goalkeeper.
Yeah, really his handling is something, has to be worked on. But that's something, as you mentioned, a goalkeeping position is really the only specialist position on the football pitch. So I think special attention must be paid to the goalkeeper in terms of working separately, goalkeepers working with goalkeepers and, that sort of thing, to really master their craft.
Yeah, definitely. Trinidad and Tobago has a long history of really solid goalkeepers coming from Lincoln Phillip days. You're talking about Earl Spiderman Carter. You're talking about Shaka Islop, Jack. You're talking about Russell.
And here we can see Kouva East pulling one back there through that man, Peter McCarran. Another goalkeeping error there, palmed right onto the foot of Peter McCarran, and he pulls one back for Kouva East. So there we can see, really palmed it into the path of McCarran, who was on hand to finish off there. So another goalkeeping error, just as we were speaking about goalkeeping. There we can see another one. So Kouva East have their 3rd goal through that man, Peter McCarran.
Keeping it interesting down to the end here. Kouva East getting one back, and they like to score. Yeah, I think they are. The name of that team is a Rocky Balboa. As they get punched, they like to punch back. They definitely really like to respond immediately after being scored on.
But just as the first half started, a flurry of goals, and there we can see in the space of about 5 minutes, we see 3 goals scored. 2 for Chaguanas, taking them to 6 goals, and Kouva East, just pulling one back there. So 82 minutes go on here, and we have a substitution for Kouva East. It's number 16 who's gonna come on, and that's Alex Jagroup. Alex Jagroup, the man coming on for Kouva East now.
So some good work here by Sao. And Jagroup just fouling his man as he has entered the pitch. So Sao going to work, but Jagroup is not taking any of it.
Jagroup taking no prisoners there.
Taking no prisoners there. He's just come on. He's saying...
he's making his presence felt immediately. There was Jagroup. Sao going down on a heap. Yeah. But yeah, Chaguanas really been the better team so far in the second half. Able to put away those 2 chances that fell to their strikers. And hence the reason they lead this game by 6 goals. Kouva East have a lot of work to do in terms of, with their goalkeeper. He needs to probably go back. His bravery cannot be faulted, but he probably needs some special work,
Yeah, it's a work in progress. You can see it by what is taking place on the pitch. Of course, the championship level, the level where you're trying to fight to get into the Premiership. Um, I always tell folks, in my time there was no Premiership. What you had was the the championship team, right? They were in your zones, and had it been only 16 teams play nationwide playing in the highest level, I probably would have never played football, because what happens is that the better players, they go to the schools, to the footballing schools. So it's good to still have the championship division operating where youngsters can come out as part of their school, their course in school. They're able to come and participate in sport. Of course, school will want to get to the Premiership division, but those teams that are in the championship division, they're getting a chance to really get better at their stuff. The children are being offered the opportunity to take part in extracurricular activities, and as well, all this we have to go hats off to the TIGERTANKS for sponsoring the championship division and putting them on television, so not only the Premiership boys can be seen. It also provides a platform for the championship boys. Matthias, he's definitely one for the future. He has a bright future, as well as the goal scoring hero, Tariq Phillip.
Yeah, Matthias. But yeah, credit again must go out to TIGERTANKS and Tiger Sports. Remember, just like and subscribe to Tiger Sports International on YouTube, where you can follow all of the live action.
So coming out and putting a brave challenge there was Abdul Sahide, and there he's able to pull off another save. Really, you can't fault him for courage. Look at the initial tackle. And then from distance, whether he saved it or it saved him, the ball just crashing into him, he was able to hold on and ensure that no other goal is scored.
But there's really a comparison can be made between the Premiership level and the Championship level in terms of play. We have witnessed both Premiership and Championship level going pair. And
what is this?
Is it going to be a penalty? How strange for presentation Chaguanas.
Well, Sal wants to get his name on the scorecard. You can see the number 21, that it's a Hawk asking for it. But Sal, he wants to get his name on the scorecard. It's an indirect. So it seems like the keeper would have handled the ball outside of the area. So it has to touch somebody. Even if it's a defensive player.
So Sauda man looking to line this one up. Referee just making sure everything is in place before Sau strikes this one. And there's Sau with a shot on target. And again,
a brave save
Abdul.
By Abdul. Again, saving with his hands, his feet, every part of him. Did we see the shot? It took a wicked deflection. But then Sahid was able to do his job and get it clear.
Gordon, as we saw that free kick there, how do they know how much they want in the wall? How they determine how much they want in their wall?
Well, it's really about blocking part of the goal, and the keeper deciding what part he wants blocked and what part that he could save in. That wall there was not the best set wall, because.
So you really pick a side and block the other side.
Yeah. You block one side. You normally, if it's at an angle, you go the near post, and you try to go at the furthest area away from. You force the person to kick to the furthest area away, and there you try to save, right? But of course, with the skill level of players now so high, they go up over the wall and then back down.
Up and down, yeah.
Yeah.
Really a technique.
Yeah, it's a technique that you got to be able to master, and so that's what a keeper does when he sets a wall.
All of that dead ball specialists going around in the world of football today.
The keeper there slipping. Shot. Goes wide. I think
so we're coming up to the 90th minute here. It's 89 minutes gone in this one, and Chaguanas, I think, have secured this result. 6-3 they lead this game, and we cannot fault Abdul for his bravery and his courage, for this Kouva East team.
The Couva coach, I think he's going to have his hand in his mouth every time the ball goes to Abdul Sahid. But it's only 6 times he's had to pick it up from the back of the net, so he's done reasonably well.
He said that like it's an easy Sunday morning walk, just 6 times.
Well, judging from some of his skill work, you'd have thought that he would have conceded a whole lot more. But credit to him, he's been brave, he's been fearless. He's also been reasonably intelligent in terms of what he's done. He's tried to stick to his limits.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Alexander, who's disappeared really from this game and trying to find Matthias. Skipper Nobby.
It's a hack.
Ball through to Philip. But so he comes and he picks it up, claims it well.
Let's see his distribution from this one. Not the best. But good work there from defender Isahak. Comes to Sonilal. Sonilal is probably going to have an attempt on goal. No, he's going to look for Brian in the middle. Not finding him. But both players going down. There, that man Brian staying down.
Penalty call there. None, it seems, coming from the referee. It came off the chest of the defender, I would think.
And Brian staying down. Yeah, probably a heavy challenge on him.
It was a heavy challenge by Nobby.
91 minutes gone here. Coming up just to the end of this game. Here. Between Presentation Chaguanas and Kouva East.
It's going to be a penalty.
And the keeper is going to take this one. How strange.
Dylan Balkaran. Well, he probably thinks that it's going to be an opportunity. Yes, it's all fair there. So Balkaran thinking that, well, everyone is getting the name on the scorecard. Well, not everyone. It's only 2 players has been on the scorecard. That's Joshua Isahak and Tariq Phillip. Well, he's probably thinking, I have a better goal scoring boot than these 2 guys. Let me show you all. So Dylan Balkaran stands over.
Dylan Balkaran, man with the spot kick here for...
And the keeper saves Abdul Sahid. And look at the celebration. His coach is going wild.
So Dylan Balkaran, as you can see there, not the best confidence in his run-up and choosing to go straight down the middle. And Abdul with a good save. Yeah.
Well, as we've been saying whole game, you can't fault him for courage. You can't fault him for fortitude. You can't fault him for intelligence.
And there's Matthias trying to wiggle his way through. But foul on that occasion there by Captain Hamilton. So Dylan Balkaran coming up from the back to take the penalty. How strange was that one, and unable to finish it off. And there we can see again, no confidence in the run-up. Didn't pick a side, chooses to go straight down the middle. And Sahid was there.
There's a saying that God blesses the innocent and little children. And there you saw Sahid really... Had he done what a keeper would have done, choose the side, that ball would have gone straight down the center and would have scored. But he stood his ground and the ball was in his range and he pulled off a fine save. Well done, young man. Abdul Sahid. Really showing his quality. And there, the big player for his team, Matthias, has stayed down. Not much more time left in this one, though.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Abdul has earned our respect. You know, he has his limitations, but he has done well. He has done well for his team. So we have played about 4 minutes extra time.
Will it be poetic justice if Matthias now curls this one into the far corner?
We're just going to have to wait and see. Matthias standing over this one. Will he pull another one back for Kouva East?
Shot! Balkarani easily handled. The referee watches his whistle. JBC, the replay. Trying to get it into the far corner. The referee watches his whistle. And anytime now we can hear the final whistle. So that's the final whistle. So at the end of it all, it's presentation Chaguanas 6, Kouva East 3. A really interesting game. It was a game that really lacked high quality, but in terms of the combination, the competition, it was an interesting game. It was a seesaw battle. First it was Kouva East. In fact, first it was presentation Chaguanas that scored first through Tariq Phillip when a corner was hanged up at the far post and he crashed it home with a spectacular header. But before the celebration had died down, Matthias got one back for his team to put his team to draw his team 1-1 and level. And before the celebration had subsided, Kareem Alexander at the far post was able to slam one home and make it 2-3 at this time. 2-1, sorry. At this time, Kouva East would have just begun to bring out their party clothes and celebrate, but it was not to be, as Tariq Phillip banged home 2 and got his team back up. It was 4-2 at the end of the first half, and then in the second half, they were able to romp home 6-3 winners. Kadir, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, really a game of a lot of goals. 9 goals in 90 minutes. So a lot of goals. Tariq Phillip scoring 4 goals and Joshua Isahak getting 2. And Peter McCarran, Matthias, and Kareem Alexander with the 3 goals for Couva East. So that's all we have here from Presentation Chaguanas. Catch you on the other side.